there. Welcome back to another episode of What Did I Miss? It is the Friday after the announcement of the NBA All-Stars that took place last night. 6 o'clock my time, so of course I had to set my alarm and watch it. So I thought today we need to have a real basketball fan, a person who knows what they're talking about on. And so CJ Toledano is joining us. I was about to read off your resume, and then I caught myself because of the twitch, and I realized I was about to sound like Jim Nantz when he reads off the Super Bowl halftime show that's coming. Just inorganic. When I say twitch, how stupid do I sound?
Just like Kendrick Lamer. How do you say? No, I mean,
exactly right.
The thing is, Michelle, I appear to be young. I'm an older gentleman who has like figured, what if I like infiltrate the young movement of Twitch live streaming and all of that? I don't know anything. I just got a hat and some jerseys and sneakers.
Just got a hat.
It's all good.
Oh, that's brilliant. I know. I just wear music shirts so people will maybe think. Maybe I know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay.
When in fact this stuff is just loose and comfortable.
God,
so
I love
it. I'm not as young as I look, but I appreciate it.
So what is it that you do on Twitch? Tell us that.
Well, I host Wake Up Basketball with Los Pollos TV, who's like a popular Twitch gamer, and then Richard Jefferson, who we know.
We know, yes, know and love.
And we just talk about basketball, but not in that boring studio. No offense. Like, we have structure, but like we let it go off the rails. So that's our Twitch show, which we're hoping comes back during the playoffs. But yeah,
has to. And then you got the follow through. That's your company.
Yes.
You have a lot. You have a lot going on. Your work on Fallon, no big deal. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's very bizarre.
I don't know. I just heard you can just get whatever job you try hard for.
Honestly, it's like gotten to the point where you just do everything that they'll let you do. And then we die.
If you have a MacBook, you can do whatever
you can do whatever you want. I'm still trying to figure out how to do these timers, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so we're here. NBA All-Stars announced as we get a little bit closer to the big weekend. I know I've already been warned that you're a huge LeBron fanboy.
This isn't usually up. I have a LeBron jersey. They called me the Filipino Brian Windhorse. I feel like that's why they wanted me on your show.
My God, that's the greatest. The Filipino Windy. Does he know?
I don't think so. I don't
somebody
think he knows
needs to tell Brian, because that's awesome.
Well, I always was like, how people say he follows LeBron. I want to follow Brian Windhorse.
Oh my God!
And be like,
and then it's just like
Brian
this little
yeah.
He follows LeBron. Like that's his whole. That was his whole thing. That's his thing. He's like the biggest expert on all things LeBron, which I feel so bad for him because that would be such a lousy beat to have to do. Okay, so obviously we're going to have to talk a little bit of LeBron because it's NBA All-Star starters, and he's obviously going to be one. But I do want to start just like a blanket, generic. We'll start with the East, really. But who got snubbed? That's always the first question we ask the minute All-Star stuff starts. Who's snubbed?
I have no real beef with the snubs on the East. I mean, I think it could have gone, Tatum or Garland, maybe. But, like, listen, the fan voting, like, we know how voting in this country is messed up, and it just translated to NBA fan voting. So it's not necessarily the best players on the court, but I'm not mad at any of these starters. Embiid, Giannis, DeMar, and Trey, like, they're all great. They're all doing something for their teams. Like, I feel like Tatum or Garland also doing decent stuff for their teams, Garland especially.
Yeah.
But I have no real, like, hard snubs on.
Did you think Zach LaVine maybe should have had a little more of a look?
To me, it's either him or DeMar, and I think DeMar is the bigger story. But I think, definitely Zach could have been on there.
It's kind of weird as a Spurs fan, the DeMar thing. It's like he's like a brand new baby bird. He's just gone out there and blossomed and become amazing. Not that he wasn't,
Michelle,
but it's different.
As a Spurs fan, how about as a Lakers fan who had the clear path to have DeMar DeRozan this year and then now have to witness Russell Westbrook?
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't sign up for the AARP roster that was put together? You wanted something different? That's weird.
I didn't want the Wild Hogs of NBA basketball.
God, underrated movie, honestly. Really No, it's awful. I was actually kidding. Trae Young is the one that sort of captured Barkley's ire. He was the one that was like, and then of course you know what I love about TNT is all the players are watching when they're not playing, because immediately Trae Young tweeted "Eat a Twinkie," and I thought, wow, that is pulled. Do you think the Trae Young thing, given the sort of slow start that they had coming off of what they ended the last season?
Sure. But like, again, like we all need to remember what this All-Star game is. I want to see behind the back passes. I want to see the ball being bounced off of a millionaire's head. Like And Trey's going to deliver that. So I'm not mad at it, but sure, if we want to look at stats and the team's record, like fine. But yeah.
Who do you think makes a bigger deal about snubs? Us, the people who talk about this, or the guys that are actually in it?
Probably the guys in it. I do like when a player's like, oh, I'm taking that personally. I didn't get to work an extra weekend. I'm going to take that personally.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be fine.
And a lot of them are going to still be on the team. Like you're just not starting, which
wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're going to be announced.
And by the way,
it's going to be okay.
It's Cleveland in February. Like we don't need to run to the front of that line. Like no offense.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Cleveland in the last years, and I feel like February in Cleveland is not my favorite thing to do. All right, the East. So obviously your boy LeBron is the captain of the West, but anything else in there that surprised you? There's obviously the one glaring.
I mean, do we want to jump right to
yeah,
it?
Let's just go. The elephant in the room.
Andrew Wiggins.
What happened?
Maple Jordan, as they call him.
God, I remember that. That was so good. He's Canadian, you guys. He's Canadian.
Maple Jordan, I love it. I mean, there's some conspiracy theories out there that we were talking about before we started here, but like possibly some K-pop voting that may have gotten Andrew Wiggins. His stats are there to make an all-star team. Over Booker, over CP, I don't know.
That's
but, like,
the thing. That's the thing.
It's great.
Best team in the league doesn't have a starter? How? How do we do this?
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, and again, like we got to remember, it's in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there for the storylines. Drafted Wiggins #1.
Yep.
Maybe this is his revenge game. And also, we need players to take the game seriously. Again, what if Andrew Wiggins just like goes all out? Like he comes out in a headband and all these accessories and just drops 60.
Well, because that's the thing. Like people that may not be aware, A, was in Cleveland. Then LeBron was in Cleveland. And LeBron didn't want to play with Wiggins. That was the story. So he did his LeBron thing, got rid of Wiggins. They brought in Kevin Love, and we all know how that chapter went on to go. So there's got to be a little bit of resentment there, right? So now that's your captain of the team that you're playing on. It's his first All-Star game ever. He's a star. I mean, it's a crazy story arc. Like, this isn't normally how the NBA goes. You're not in the league for as long as he is. You don't come in one of the hot names and sort of have not the career people thought you would have. And now at 26, you're named an all-star starter. I don't know the last time, and maybe I'm just forgetting, but I don't know the last time this kind of story played out this way.
I was trying to look at like some maybe like not unknowns, but more obscure starters. Like Derek Coleman back in I think '94 was probably the wildest example. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I want these NBA players because they know these narratives. I want them to lean in. Like LeBron should select Andrew Wiggins. Number one.
Yeah, he really should.
He should do an "I'm coming home" letter in Sports Illustrated solely about selecting Andrew Wiggins on his All-Star team.
Has he ever talked to Wiggins, you think, since all that went down? That's surely it was a conversation and stuff, but I don't know where they would have had that.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird
I
one.
think it's like that weird eye contact, you know, where it's like, it goes back to like, you know, when you're picking for dodgeball teams.
Yes.
In elementary school, you're like, this kid was just standing there this whole time and you like actively didn't pick the person.
No.
That's what that relationship is.
Yeah, I do want them to lean in. I'm happy. It's weird that I'm happy for Andrew Wiggins just because it's, well, good for him, A. Why wouldn't you be happy for a guy? But more importantly, it's sort of a chaotic disruptor. And I do want to touch on the conspiracy theory because it's not the first time in recent history that allegedly a K-pop fan base has sort of shown their power to be as mighty as it is and sort of swayed the way history plays out. This was allegedly a guy named Bam Bam, correct? He works for the Warriors. I'm sorry, when I say work, they named him a global ambassador, much like Drake is one for the Raptors. And in doing so, they garnered his 25 million plus social media followers. All he had to do was make one tweet about Andrew Wiggins and all-star voting, and voila, the way the voting is set up, that was enough. And the reason I say it's not the first time is allegedly back in the day, I think Donald Trump was having a rally somewhere, and it was a free ticket situation. And K-pop fan base, so smart, so quick, and so big, they were like, cool. And they started to register for these free tickets, and then no one showed up. And that's why there was no one at this particular rally. So I'm kind of in awe of the power. Like, you don't want K-pop fan base on your bad side.
No.
At all.
It's powerful. I mean, if whoever runs for president next doesn't, in the Democrat, I'm not going to talk politics here, but Let's hire one of these people.
Right?
Put them on your staff. Like, we know the secret. This is the cheat code.
How smart were Warriors? They're like, Bam Bam, you are our ambassador now. And he's like, great, not a problem at all. Andrew Wiggins, because it's not. I do think Andrew Wiggins, while I wouldn't have mind seeing him on the All-Star team, I do think it's odd that a Chris Paul and or a Devin Booker are not starters. And I do feel like those are two particular guys, Booker more so, that are sort of in that camp that you referred to. Like, they'll remember these things. Like, I do think he's been snubbed before. Like, it's very weird. They're building enemies out of the Suns, and I don't know if that's a good idea for the West.
I just love that's the world we live in, where a guy named Bam Bam holds this much influence.
I love
it just
so
makes
much.
nothing matter to me.
No,
great.
It makes any reading that I once did, or the fact that I even tried to finish college, makes all of it stupid. Like, why did I even bother? All right, do you want to like gush for a second about LeBron? Are you 18 years in a row? I'm just, God bless.
No, I'm not like all those other Lakers, LeBron, fans. I just, I was a Jordan fan growing up. I mean, my father-in-law calls me a front runner, and I just enjoy greatness. Like, here's the thing. I was a Bulls fan growing up. I was one of the biggest Bulls fans during the D Rose years there, and I hated LeBron when he played for the Heat. Hated him. And then he went back to the Cavs, and I liked him again, and I was just like, it was almost like waking up from a coma where I was like, I can't believe I didn't want to witness greatness during those years on the Heat. Like,
what's wrong with you?
I just like actively rooted against that basketball greatness, and I kind of regretted it. And so I was like, you know what, LeBron's my guy.
That is insane, because when you start the story by saying I love Michael Jordan, as a Michael Jordan lover myself, over my dead body will I root for LeBron James. I can't. It's one or the other.
I mean, I don't want this to become MJ versus LeBron.
No, never.
So it was like that until The Last Dance, and I was like, I'm an idiot. Like, Jordan's better. And so I'm going to be, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or whatever for the rest of my life between LeBron and Jordan. So.
All right, I'll give you that. You know what? I was warned that you were like super fan, and I was prepared to be defensive, but that was actually very civilized, mature, and well thought out.
That's where I show my age. Michelle.
Yeah, I know. Well, please, whatever. So Kevin Durant, hurt, obviously, but obviously an All-Stars. How does that work? Do they get an extra body if he can't go?
I would assume so, right? I mean, so someone's going to get in there. I don't know how it works with like selecting, because I think he remains the captain, but maybe this is where we see a Booker or Chris Paul back in there, starting for KD. Although, I guess both of those guys are guards. I don't know. Is KD listed? I mean,
he's expected to miss because the rehab's still going, and they obviously just care about him getting ready for the playoffs. But, I don't know if that's... I mean, you have to give him a body. You have to give him an extra body.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the only way to do it. Okay. Yeah, so we have head coaches in each conference. Reserves will be announced February 3rd, which is right around the corner. I have to read that because I keep forgetting February is right around the corner, and it's embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
The one I think that universally accepted, and again, I am very much a victim of sort of recent history because I forget things so fast. I don't remember the last time, maybe Trae Young, I guess, but somebody being celebrated across the board the way Ja Morant is being celebrated, and rightfully so. Is it not fun to watch, not just him, but that team in general?
That team in general, because it's like, again, for people like me who like just love LeBron over everything. And like, this is the new generation. Ja Morant, a young guy playing for a small market team, the Grizzlies, like, and also too, like, everyone's been hating superstars teaming up. Like, he's made the Grizzlies a legitimate contender with, like, I'm not gonna say nobody's, no disrespect to them, but like Jaren Jackson, like, and these are good players, and these might be the next big players or role players, whoever, but they're third in the West?
Yeah. No,
like, they're legit.
Yep.
And that's because of Ja. Like, he is another guy who I think when we talk about who's the next Kobe or who deserves the next Nike shoe, from style, from actually legitimately leading their team, I think it's Ja Morant. So I think so much deserved.
I'm so pumped for him. Again, as a Spurs fan, the Memphis Grizzlies have ruined quite a few parties for us here. And that was before all of these guys. So now it's fun. They talk smack more than anybody else. They are just a delight to watch, and I want all the success for them as they move forward. So that being said, I almost kind of gave away my first thing. When we come back, you and I are going to draft the starters the way we think they should have been drafted, as the captains will do. So it doesn't matter conference. We're picking our super squads of 5.
I'm LeBron and you're KD.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, we'll be right back. It's winter time, which means both football and basketball are in full swing. For many of us, well, there's no better way to enjoy those games than by having some skin in them. Some of that chicken, as the great Marshawn Lynch would say, which is why BetMGM remains the exclusive betting partner of The Athletic. That's right, and as a fan of The Athletic, you can bet $10 to win $150. You heard that right, $150 plus a free 3-month subscription or extension to your subscription with The Athletic when you bet with BetMGM using our promo code. Just sign up at BetMGM.com, use the promo code TheAthleticPod at checkout, and take advantage of this special offer from the king of sportsbooks. That's bet $10 to win $150 plus 3 months free from The Athletic at BetMGM.com using the promo code TheAthleticPod at checkout. New customer offer. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Welcome back. It is the Friday after the Thursday in which the NBA All-Star starters were announced. And so CJ and I now are we're just going to take in the new draft rules. We're going to make our own starting squads. Conferences be damned. We pick who we want. And we are allowed to pick a couple off the board that we thought got snubbed, if in fact you choose to do so. So,
great.
Your team LeBron. I'm team KD. You go first.
Well, again, I want chaos, and this isn't real. The real All-Star game is barely real, but that's another subject or another topic of conversation. I'm taking Wiggins. I want chaos.
Okay. You're going
Welcome
for it.
him home, the homecoming.
Because how many times are the announcers going to do the stories that we just touched on in the first? He was dissed by LeBron. Basically, LeBron told him in all intents and purposes that you're not the guy that's going to get the job done here, so we don't want you. That's a really hard thing to swallow. And if he's anything like normal humans, you hold on to that for the rest of your life, and you have a grudge. And so for that reason, and we all know that LeBron, he wants people to like him. So I do think that that's an interesting dynamic to have on the team. Okay, so for me, it's almost like when you look at these 10 gentlemen, it's too much. It's like overload. What do I want? But then I think of it as a fan who wants to watch a good game. And so there's 2 players for me, and I'm hoping you don't pick my other one. But I am going to pick Ja Morant. And I'm going to take him right off the board because, again, the All-Star game, argue about whether it's real or not, that's fine. I just want it to be entertaining. I think a lot of people stopped watching because they didn't think it was entertaining anymore. Ja Morant's going to make it entertaining. I'm in.
Great pick.
Thanks, buddy. Okay.
I hope some front offices are listening to us.
I mean, we're so good.
We're making some great picks.
They're like, you have the 10 best players. Well, not the 10 best, but yeah. All right. Number 2.
I'm going Jokic. You gotta go with the Joker. I mean, a big guy, but has that flash we want, and can shoot. So I think the Joker is a great second pick.
I like that. And he's sort of quietly does not get, I don't know. It's like he's not the splashy guy, and he doesn't get talked about the way we sometimes talk about everybody else, including my next pick. If you're going big guy, I'm going big guy. Give me Joel Embiid, who we know very much treats everything like a high level competition, and I don't think he's playing around.
And you're going to get the best sound bites with Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. I got Ja Morant yapping. I got Embiid saying whatever it is he feels. So far, I'm good. So far, the mic's going to be good.
Okay. I'm going to go, let's go DeMar. I really, he's doing some great stuff. He's been playing great basketball. And I think, that's a great story. I mean, he's always, and people were doubting him. And I just love how, again, and we talk about teams and their records like being a factor in getting voted as an all-star starter, and I think DeMar is a great example of that. And again, I think it could have been DeMar or Levine, but first year here in the Bulls, he fit right in and is carrying this team. So, and I'm sad that he didn't go to the Lakers. So I'm gonna.
I love that you're like,
right here.
I'm definitely sad about that. You know what? Also, as a, being here in San Antonio, the Bulls actually are here tonight playing the Spurs. I'm sure there will be some sort of feel good moment video, but it is crazy to me. It's just sometimes as simple as a change of scenery. Like you're still you, but you're a better version of you, and you're somewhere else. And it just happens to be, in my opinion, one of the best sports towns in the whole country. And I'm happy when they have good sports. So yeah, I like that pick. But okay. I'm changing up my conferences here. God, none of us we haven't taken Giannis or Steph
or Grayson Allen.
Oh, Grayson, why don't you get in my car we're going to go for a drive, Grayson.
Like, just want to talk. We just want to talk, Grayson.
I just want to come in. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm torn. I feel like Steph's getting a little bit like they're in a weird funk right now, kind of, but I still think it's a show. It's the All-Star game. He is what that's about. Please give me all those half-court shots. I'm here for it. Steph Curry is my number 3 pick.
Great pick.
Oh, my God. Okay.
All right.
We got to take a quick break.
We're taking a break.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm actually kind of shocked neither one of us has pulled anyone that's not on the board yet. Still thinking about it. We'll be right back. CJ and I are redrafting, or really drafting the starters, but into our own 2 super squads. And so far, I feel like, you've got LeBron, Wiggins, Jokic, DeRozan. I'm Team KD with Ja Morant, Embiid, and Steph Curry. We got big guys. We got little guys. We got Flash. We have 2 picks left each. Who you got for 4?
Here's a crazy one. I'm going to take someone off the board.
Yes.
Because we got to show him some love. Darius Garland.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think people would have expected you to pull off the board and pull him and not someone else. All right.
Well, a legitimately unironic hometown guy. Like, he was supposed to be one of these Island of the Lost guards in Cleveland, and he's fantastic. He deserves some love, and I know he'll get in the reserves. So,
which is awesome.
Let's throw him on there.
Okay, that's fair. And yeah, you're right. There is something to be said for the validity of the hometown, the host. I just heard George Karl, esteemed coach, talking yesterday. He legit said that the Memphis Grizzlies and the Cleveland Cavaliers are his 2 favorite teams to watch right now. He would rather watch them than any of the marquee players anywhere else.
It's true, because it's like you get in now. It's like finding a band when they're legitimately trying to make good music, right?
Yep.
And they're only going to get better. Like, we haven't even seen the peak of these guys. So buy in now, watch them now, invest time now, because you're going to love it when these guys are hopefully like winning a championship in a couple
and
of
it's crazy because they finally sort of weaned themselves off of the LeBron years. I love that Kevin Love is. I mean, for a while, I think we thought, well, that's how Kevin Love's career is going to end. And now here we are.
Just depressed K-Love, just standing on the court.
Like, what happened? I don't know.
Just staring in the distance. Yeah.
Okay. There's this part of me, the homer in me, but it's the starters. Part of me was going to be like, I'm putting DeJounte Murray on here. I don't even care. Triple-double king.
I wouldn't
right?
be mad.
Like, honestly, I am going to do that. This is my team. Damn it. Yeah, I can do what I want. I do what I want when I want. Yeah, I'm taking DeJounte. I think he is I don't want to say the glimmer of hope here, but he's definitely been a spark, and he's just crushing triple-doubles. And look, I don't want to be a hypocrite. We spent years just praising Russell Westbrook for the triple-doubles that a lot of people argued were empty numbers anyways, but I'm watching DeJounte Murray do it night in, night out. It's fun to watch, and I'm a Spurs fan. So screw you guys. Okay, great. That's my homer. All right.
Final pick.
Oh, God.
Giannis.
Oh, that's good.
That would be insane for you to invite me and this basketball expert and pundit and then not select Giannis as a starter.
I know. Well, it's also like our weird, warped version of what we think the All-Star starter should be. But
sure.
I do like when Giannis is playing against Embiid. I think that is that's good for all of us to watch and good for them to play against each other. All right, you have all right, got 2 big dudes. Okay, I know. Now I'm looking at it like actual like physicality. No, that's not what this is about. It's about fun. So that being said, do I pull... Do I pull someone off the... Do I want a Devin Booker? Or
I think so.
I think I do. I think there's this weird... Yeah, I'm going to take Devin Booker. I think he's also part of this next generation that we're all going to be watching for quite some time. I do think it's a little absurd that the Suns don't have a starter. I mean, I'm not saying it's everything, but it's something. And watching and as much basketball and listening to as much bunch of people talking about basketball, I just think the Suns don't get nearly enough talk considering what they're doing. It seems that way to me every single day.
Yeah. It almost hurt them that they made the finals and didn't win, because they're like, oh, it's not real.
No.
They're good. They're a good regular season team, but we all see what happens in the finals.
How much do you think that is that there's a school of thought, and I think I am guilty of being part of that. There's something about Chris Paul as if there's like an obstacle that he's like the Charles Barkley. Like he's not going to get past it.
I think it's almost, an outer body, the same as as we as fans think whatever that obstacle is, he's still in that.
Yeah.
We as a country need to get over that Chris Paul can't win a championship. Right. I think the Suns, who knows? Especially since the Lakers aren't good at all. That wasn't a fluke. The West is wide open, but the Suns and the Warriors are at the top.
Yeah, and the Warriors are kind of interesting too because it's as if they're sort of trying to find their footing. From night to night, you're kind of a little bit confused, but I don't think that lasts through the rest of the season. All right, so recapping, Team LeBron, that is you. Wiggins, Jokic, DeMar DeRozan, Garland, Giannis. I am Team KD, which I guess I get an extra body theoretically. Ja Morant, Embiid, Steph, DeJounte Murray, Devin Booker. Are we happy with our lineups?
I'd watch this All-Star game, yeah.
Speaking of, do you get stoked still, like when we were younger, about All-Star weekend?
To drink alcohol on the couch, yeah.
Well, that's just a Tuesday. I'm just saying,
yeah.
for that.
No, you know what? I mean, it's another sporting event that I'll watch. But it's not as big as when we were kids, and maybe it's just getting old and curmudgeon-y. But even All-Star Saturday night, I was like, that's the event. 3-point contest, dunk contest. The hype isn't there. I hope it gets fixed somehow. Actually, with the Kobe rules, that kind of put some fun flair in there, but I can't find myself as excited as I used to.
I know. I want to be. Slam dunk and 3-point. Well, that was my jam, and now I'll just sometimes be like, oh yeah, I guess I'll tune in for a little bit. But I to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't have the answer to how to get us stoked again. I really don't. I know that the argument every year is, well, the stars need to be in the slam dunk contest, but I have a funny feeling that even if they were, we would still not be happy. I think there's just something else missing, and I don't know what it is.
We gotta find stakes. They gotta win cars immediately. They have to drive away in the cars.
Like a McLaren shows up. That's yours now. You can go. Yeah, no.
They just drive away in their uniforms.
But do you know how mad all the rest of us would be like, oh, the rich get richer. No, they're
yeah.
McLarens.
Again, would we ruin a great thing? Yes. Count on us to
1,000%. I'm not even going to offer a trade because I'm not trading anybody on mine. Do you have anything you want to trade? Because
I was maybe trade for Booker. I don't know what to trade because I want a Jenner on the sideline rooting for us.
Oh, yeah. She's going to look great. As long as she doesn't bring any other siblings, we'll be fine. That'll work out perfect. Just bring your friends that aren't family. That'll be great.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Although, actually, no. Chloe spent a lot of time in Cleveland, so they're familiar with the area.
I forgot with Tristan.
How could we forget? It's every day.
Should have drafted Tristan, too, so then we could have all Jenner.
Oh, no. I think he's dead. Well, he's dead for now. They always get back together.
Yeah,
love is love, CJ. Love is love.
Don't give Tristan any more chances.
Oh, I wouldn't have given him one. I don't even understand the problem.
Oh, my God. No more.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad we did this. You're going to have to, come back on as we start to get the rest of the reserves and stuff. Yes. Because there's going to have to be some upsets, right? Got to be some good ones coming.
Got to be, yeah.
CJ Toledano, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'm so happy that you did this. I love redrafting things that will never count, but in my mind, I feel like we're geniuses for doing so. And if anybody wants to copy that, we'll post them up there and watch this. Review, subscribe, all those good things. You can check CJ out on, tell him again, all of the things.
Wake up basketball, follow through studio, whatever. At CJ Toledano. Follow me or don't. I don't care.
That's how I've been plugging myself for years. And people say you got to work on that. I'm like, no, I don't. All right. That's been awesome. Have a great weekend, everybody. It's a football weekend. And we're almost closer to just basketball. See you guys next week.